There's credible testimony that human teleportation exists, that faster-than-light travel exists, that the ability exists to look through portals into a future time, to see probable future timelines. Whistleblowers with credibility. These very brave people came forward to start to tell their story.
I was a child participant in the early days of time-space exploration by the US government. We were working with two technologies primarily to access past and future events. The first was a teleporter that was being developed from papers that Nikola Tesla had left at the time of his death in 1943. Rather than the teleporter digitizing us, disintegrating us and then reintegrating us at the destination, it was wrapping the universe around us, and we were passing through to a new location on the Earth. They were literally using time travel to conceal the time travel program.
What is the Philadelphia experiment?
The Navy became interested in trying to make a ship invisible.
You and your brother Cameron were on the ship.
That's right.
Something went wrong.
The fields were very powerful that were generated. One man, he would sort of freeze, he would go invisible. Another sailor on board the Eldridge, one of his arms was permanently invisible. There were others who seemed to walk into oblivion. We jumped overboard after the ship had vanished into hyperspace. We thought we were going to hit the water. Instead, we hit something like a tunnel. We were falling for quite a period of time. We went to the year 2237. We're pulled into there. We were there for over a month.
Deep under the ice of Antarctica, huge architecture. These structures would be what our government has described in extraterrestrial investigations for a long time, self-activating software. That we are dealing with advanced intelligences that know how to take a wall, put in at the atomic level, programming, just like we would do software in a computer, only they're doing it with structure. That's what Spartan 1 told me. He said, imagine that you're in a 9-acre room. There's a ceiling, but there are no supports. The very material of which the ceilings are made is neutralizing gravity. It's not something that the human mind is used to seeing or even comprehending. We're not dealing at all with anything human.
Silver object was in the sky.
There was a man and he walked towards us. His face was like this and his eyes were down here.
I felt scared at that point.
Big head and big black eyes.
Something that I'll never ever forget.
Some kind of alien from a different planet.
Ears like this.
You thought that they maybe were trying to tell us something about the future.
The U.S. government is slowly acknowledging publicly that there is knowledge and serious concern about the sources, agendas, and threat levels of UFOs. But the raw truth is that UFOs and ETs have been the big secret that the American government has covered up since World War II. Military insiders did not want anyone to know that UFO intelligences that range from friendly to neutral to outright hostile are here and out there.
They don't need to tell anyone they're here. I mean, there could be an ET in this room right now. You wouldn't even know it. They have come and integrated themselves in all the societies here and working as regular individuals. There's ETs washing dishes down at the restaurant, and there's ETs that are running major corporations. They're all over.
If I wanted to meet an alien, how would I do that? If somebody looks just a little bit different, like their ears are just a little bit odd or their nose a little bit odd, just go behind them and think real hard, I know you're an alien. And they'll go like that. They'll be caught off guard.
We have the ability to leave our bodies, to travel to other worlds, and to communicate with other beings, and that's natural to the human race. It's not something special. I've seen greys, I've seen reptilians, mantids, Nordics, and they could travel right to us in our dream state or outer body state and communicate with us, and their physical self can be just in bed sleeping on their planet, just like we're sleeping in our bed on this planet.
The first symbol that I want to talk about is the headdress that the Pope or the Bishop of Rome wears. That symbol goes back at least 5,000 years. This strange and interesting headdress that the Pope wears is impacted by a god named Dagon. Dagon was a fish god. We have a god who's half fish and half man. So now we see the Pope's headdress, but when turned, you then see he's actually wearing a fish head because he's representing the worship of an ancient Phoenician god. And that very powerful mystical God is still dominating the spirit and the intellectual thinking of religion even to today.